So I know I'm not the only one who ends up collecting things for birthdays, for, when you're out thrifting, you find a cool book you want to read. But in a tiny home, that clutter builds up fast. So when I bring new things in, I have to kind of go through my spaces and see what's no longer serving us. So I'm going to switch out some of the books we got and go through some of the school stuff, go through some of my cabinets, and just see what I can get rid of to make room for just a little bit more stress-free, a little bit more clutter-free, and that will serve us through the spring and summer. So here I have our book drawer where we keep most of the kids' books and just any books that Gabriel or I have been wanting to read. But we've read some of them, and some of them have been in here the whole time and we haven't even touched them. So I'm going to pull some of those ones out, decide whether to keep them,
maybe just need organizing
for the future, and I'll replace them with some of the new books that we're really enjoying or are up next on the TBR, like this one. So
we're going to pull out this Christmas book because that's not appropriate anymore and switch it for this gardening one, which I know my daughter's going to love. She's all about flowers. And we have so much space now for new books, new toys, or even just so that I don't get claustrophobic when I open it and look at it. It makes it easier for the kids. When there's not so many options, they go in and they pick their favorite and they're not overwhelmed with too many decisions. And I don't always get rid of books when I'm decluttering. A lot of times I do like a toy or book rotation where I just take them out when they get old and bring them back when it's more fresh a year or 6 months later. This is the school cabinet, which is not too bad, honestly, but there's all kinds of extra papers and empty sticker papers and everything in here, so I'm sure we can find some stuff to pull out. For example, garbled up construction paper. Let's see. We have a few school books here that I'll keep for records, but some of them, especially the preschool books, there's no real need to keep them unless they have special artwork or something in them, so I'll just toss those. I don't want to have too much dead time, but let's see. Looks like we forgot about this one, so I'll set that aside and we can use that one. A lot of these are just worksheets, practice pages, stuff that's not necessary to keep for records, so I'll toss those as well. Anything like this too that is paper that I do want to keep but I don't want to have cluttered. A lot of times I'll just scan it with my phone and upload it into a file to keep for records that way. That way I don't have a lot of paper clutter because I cannot stand paper clutter. It just overwhelms me when I see too much of it. This is a big preschool workbook we worked through. Little mementos and things like this that are cards from their friends, I let the kids keep in special boxes or special folders. That way it has a designated place and it's not cluttering up our main house. Let's see. Feed through the rest here. So we haven't really shown under the bed before, but this is where my husband and I keep our clothes. And I've already swapped most of our winter stuff out for summer, but I've got to still move a few things out. This bin full of hats and gloves and vests and things we don't really need, but what we are needing moving into the summer is our swim stuff. So I'm just going to swap that out and we'll put those winter things away into storage, and we'll have these handy here to grab all summer long as we need them. I'm just going to pull a few more of my sweaters and sweatshirts that I kept for those cold spring nights that we really kind of moving out of that season and It's just not gonna serve me to take up space under the bed. And now I've got all the, like, so much empty room in there. I could even thrift some more clothes for this season if I wanted to, but it's been a really fun journey to live in a tiny home. And I think at first I felt like there were a lot of things that I was like, oh, I'm gonna need this, but the longer we've been here, the more I've been able to let go of and realize I'm just not reaching for it. Either I have something else that can also serve the purpose, that that I don't need to keep two things that can do the same thing. If there's something else that can serve multi-purpose, it's much more valuable to hold on to that and get rid of the single purpose items, or, you know, put them away for a rainy day. And so, yeah, that's that under here. So I'm just gonna lower this down now. We're good. So here's my decluttering haul, some of which we'll donate, some of which we'll throw away, and some will go to storage. And one thing I kind of have to do is each day I may find a few more things that I need to get rid of or declutter. I feel like it really helps to just be watching out day to day, but doing a big one every couple of months really makes a big impact, especially in a small space. So I'm really happy with what we got done today. Thanks for watching.